let's talk about tech stocks.
Yes.
So
One of my favorite areas.
you got Apple, Amazon, Meta, Microsoft. Are they still reliable long-term investments? Or are we seeing peak earnings masked by buybacks and accounting tailwinds?
Everyone put in chat, I will hold for a 5 to 10 year period. These companies aren't going anywhere. Shout out to my guy Sloss I talked to earlier. But even Meta, hell of a move. They plan to automate all of the ads with AI by the end of 2026. Now, for those of you who've ever tried to write an ad or create the copy or do an image, no, it's not perfect yet. But imagine if they get this down. They already are the #1 ad platform, I think, for small businesses. But if they can make it more efficient, once again, everyone Earth is your competitor. You're playing a return on advertising game now and not availability of inventory game. So if Zuckerberg can say, hey, for every small business owner, I know we're having an issue in the economy, but the AI is designed to get you a 30 to 60% return on investment, that's a hell of an idea to have. I know in the 90s and early 2000s, it was software is eating the world, but AI is going to eat up a lot of the software space. But this is a hell of an innovation. Despite Apple missing a boat on a few things, they're still giving a great return. Amazon's doing a great job. And I was saying that this week, past weekend at Teach Jam, like technology runs our world. Whether it's Google, whether it's YouTube, Meta, Microsoft, OpenAI, which is owned by Microsoft, you can't avoid, like, there's no natural gas play to invest in that is going to trump the technology space. Just hold for a 5 or 10 year period.
Yeah, I'm with you, and I actually put those in order. I think Microsoft obviously is going to lead when we look at the news last week of
for sure
OpenAI and the deal that they've done in the UAE. That just speaks to me about data center revolutions again, and that speaks about that 49% ownership that they have in it. They've had
great
growth
investment
inside of the cloud space. Copilot is starting to monetize. Amazon, as you know, has always been my favorite. Even them advertising has grown. Meta, strong, like you said, the avenue that they have grown in is from advertising. It's still, this is crazy because the metaverse is still in their books. And so the reality labs that was responsible for that's still a debt that they're still dealing with. So again, that's why we talk about 5 to 10 years, because eventually that will come off the books. Meta's in a strong position. Apple, I mean, they will figure this out. they will figure this out. I know we talk about stock buybacks, but usually when you hear stock buybacks, people should look at it as, most of the times companies are buying that because they're looking at their company saying, we're undervalued, we're going to buy it here. That's confidence looking into the future of what we're going to do. In terms of innovation, man, we can say it over and over. We still haven't seen the product. And so those margins on services, they're going to have to carry it for a while until that new innovation comes. But they're all strong companies. If I had to rank them in order, I go Microsoft, Amazon, Meta, then Apple.
And Zuckerberg and Palmer took a picture together.
Yeah.
Like you robbed the boy, and the boy got so good that you had to go make up for him. And we had to. Great partnership between Anduril and Meta, though. And the new move for sure is to get out of consumer tech and go into government hardware. Hell of a partnership. Like
or
you
both,
have to,
or do both
at the same damn time.
The same damn time.
Well played. You have to give it to him. Zuckerberg is an elusive opponent to be able to kill. Like you have to give it to him. And kudos to Palmer for agreeing to the partnership as well.
Yeah, young entrepreneurs doing it at the highest level.
Like we always say, there's no money in beef. A lot of y'all take that angle. Boy, that little 22 cents per click, it does not work, bro. I'm telling you. Like, I know Carl Icahn and had that little moment on CNBC 15 years ago. There's way more money in collaboration and strategic partnership opposed to I have opposition. Like, bro, it's not the way. He literally stole Oculus from him, and he came back and did a partnership deal anyway.
There's no business. There's no money in that. It only brings police.
Yep.
Ask questions. If put some questions in chat. We are live.
For sure.
Maybe we can get to a few questions from the audience, perhaps. But yeah, put some questions in chat if you have questions.
Did you see Justin Bieber? You better get your act together. Did you see Haley Bieber's line got acquired by ELF?
Yep, 1 billion.
That makeup space. We talked about ELF a couple years ago, but that
Mhm.
beauty space, despite having some pullbacks, is definitely a good one to look into. They've had definitely a rougher year, but that gap up was pretty nice from 50 to 113, 77. So for those of you who are interested, that cosmetic space is a very interesting space to look at and invest in, and it's still relatively cheap.
That celebrity influencer, we've seen it now 5 times. From influence to celebrity to billionaire, right? We saw Rihanna do it. Selena Gomez has done it. Kylie Jenner has done it.
This boy about to drop the ball twice with Selena and Haley. You better, while true. Scooter taking all your publishing, you better send them roses. Hey, what's the address for Kenya? What people? Boy, Haley, you better go to Kenya.
I forgot he was with both of them. That's a fact. Haley has now done it, and Lady Gaga is on her way. So 5 times we've seen celebrities create beauty brand. And Kim, we can talk about skins, but she has the skin care line as well. We've seen it over and over, right? If you have influence and you have celebrity prowess, you can use that and turn it into business, especially when people are watching you and admiring how you look. You can use that to your advantage. And so we've seen it 6 times already in the past 5 years.
Yeah.
Somebody in the audience said, what's your thoughts on MGK, Vanguard Mega Cap Growth Index Fund?
I thought they was talking about the rapper.
I don't listen to
him. This is actually one that is pretty good that is not talked about a lot. 331.07 is where I would like to enter the stock. And then worst case scenario, if it gets to 309.75, that's where I would like to buy in. But MGK, I like it.
Somebody else had a question and said, what's your thoughts? I think we talked about this before, but Michael Burry, he sold all of his Nvidia and he's loading up on Estee Lauder. He's bullish on Nvidia. He's bearish on Nvidia and bullish on Estee Lauder.
Over what time horizon? Because I like Michael Burry a lot. Big Short and shout to Steve Eastman. Whatever Elon on, he got a bad batch of that too. I'm gonna just say it like, and this is why, not to toot my own horn. This is why I be telling y'all, like listen to me. I got you in the video early. Continue to hold. That I would. Okay, this is a sector discussion. Would you, in your right mind, swap out of tech and enter into cosmetic beauty, knowing that the margin is not high enough? Because Estee Lauder is not going to get a $600 billion investment from Saudi Arabia.
Why would it?
No.
Look at his performance over the past 5 years.
He needs to recalibrate the strategy or insights that he is currently having.
Yeah, I would be interested to see what he's basing that off of. In December of 2021, it was at $366.
Mm-hmm.
That was a peak over the past 5 years. It is currently trading at $66.
Yeah, and it has probability of going to 27. Worst case scenario, no.
He knows
a wrong sector.
Yeah,
you can't move out of the wrong sector. So tech is driving GDP. Thirdly, Estee Lauder is not even okay for the women. What products from Estee Lauder do you currently love? Just like the white diamonds of the category. Like shout to Estee Lauder and everybody in management, but no, this is not the route I would go. It's like picking Nike over Microsoft right now. But shout to Mike. We'll love you. Talk to you at InvestFest or after or before. I'm on cleanup mode today. What?
Oh man.
Just like picking chicken shit over chicken salad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna keep it a buck. No. But it is a good lesson if you are rotating. And this is why I hate sector rotation. If you rotate too much, you'll end up having a portfolio that you have to completely liquidate and start over. He may be saying, I won't invest in Nvidia because the cost basis is too high. Kathy did the same thing. Cost basis is too high to enter. So while it's affordable, I can see him getting it in and maybe hoping it goes back up to 89, but it's just the wrong company.
It's such a drastic like this isn't apples and oranges. I don't even know what to compare this to.
Yeah, it's like not streaming on YouTube and putting it on a mixtape, a CD, burn CD.
Yeah, Vine or something like that.
That's not the way to go. But kudos to Mike. I like him a lot.
So let's do one more question before we get back to the regularly scheduled program. And then maybe later on in the show we can do questions again because we're getting a lot of good questions. But shout out to everybody on chat. 6,000 people on
Appreciate y'all.
Yo.
Chat.
Yeah.
Chat.
Yeah.
Chat. We back. We back at it. Okay.
I miss doing a live show. I'm not gonna lie. See, if we get all the penthouses by each other in Kenya, go room to room like Duke Dennis.
Duke the Menace.
Duke Dennis.
Yo, shout out to DDG, man. He was out in Houston. They tried to line him up. You know?
Oh.
Yeah, I saw it.
He was streaming. They were like, yo, get out of the restaurant. They line you up behind you.
Gotta be careful.
Got right out of there.
Yeah. They try to rob him?
Shout out to the chat.
About to. The chat was like, yo, they're lining you up behind you, bro.
Yep.
Chat
saved his life in there.
For real.
Chat.
Shout out to H-Town.
Okay, so this is a question from the audience. This is one of these stocks that's going up 50% in a month, so I think it's got a lot of attention. But the name of the ticker is APLD. APLD. Applied Digital Corporation.
They sound
choppy waters for 10 years, choppy waters for 5 years, choppy water for 2 years, choppy waters for 1 year, choppy waters for 6 months.
Yeah.
But it's 1 month chart looks good.
Yeah, 1 month chart is higher.
The reason it happened today, they signed with CoreWeave for the AI lease agreement. So we spoke about CoreWeave. Shout out to everybody that has invested in CoreWeave. I know that's one of the things when we talk about when companies IPO that we're gonna wait at least 6 months. If you didn't wait 6 months, you're making a killing right now. I think it IPO'd at 39. It's in over 130 right now, or hit up 130. And so today they announced an agreement with Applied Digital to help them build out the data center. So this is one of these data center plays where CoreWeave will provide it with AI, high performance computing infrastructure with Nvidia. So that's an Nvidia partner. They're going to provide it. And we talked about this, the cost analysis that it would take for somebody to create their own data center, to put the racks and to put all the infrastructure inside. CoreWeave is now put it at a space where you can now actually rent, right? Rather than purchasing it, Nvidia has partnered with it to give it GPUs, and you can rent the space. And Applied Digital has just announced that partnerships, which they went up 48% today. So that's why you saw this move.
If you got in around $5, I would take some profit, maybe 30%. If you're looking for an entry back into it, I will wait to maybe 550 or 564.
Yeah,
and re-enter. It's going to pull back some. Normally, historically, when it got to 11, anytime it always pull back. So I would wait for probably 564 to re-enter, but I would definitely take some profit.
I would even suggest that you look at CoreWeave instead.
Better investment,
right? The company is actually
pricier, but better investment.
Has caused it to have such a because more companies are going to say we can't afford to create our own data center. What is the next best option? And CoreWeave is now in position to help companies, small to mid-tier companies, actually participate in this AI revolution. And so CoreWeave it was on our list when we came back from the Nvidia conference. We said, what are the companies that they're talking about? What are the companies that they're talking about? And every slide that Jensen brought up,
great investment from Nvidia,
brought up every single slide. And so that would be a company, again, we mentioned it when they IPO, but rather than try to take a risk with Applied, look at the company that actually helped them appreciate like they did today.
Yeah, but if you got in, great job. Absolutely great job.
Yeah.